Now that we talked about moving around and moving away from our roots and going to new places, we have our next speaker talking about things that don't really move and in fact grow roots. And some of that we eat. Samuel, welcome.
Thank you very much. Beauty is present in a lot of aspects of geography. And one of the obvious one is landscape, beautiful landscape. And this is particularly important here, where in Switzerland, where landscape is a part of the national identity. But when I talk about landscape, you're going to think about green meadows at the foot of an ice-capped mountain, or like this one, a mix of colorful flowers on the slope of a hill. But actually, a very important part of the landscape is hidden to our eyes. A very important part, just a few centimeters away, but still away from where we look at. And this piece of landscape, probably as beautiful as the other one, is not that far. It's something like a couple of centimeters below our soles. And this is the soil. So for the next minutes, I would like to take you to a journey down to the soil. I want to explain you what is soil, give you a couple of examples of why it is important into our daily life, and why we need to protect it. So grab your spade and come with me, dig down to the soil. So probably we're not going to do it here, because the host will not be very happy. I will show you some picture instead. So what is soil? Soil is basically two things. On one side, minerals, and on the other side, organics. Minerals, that's rocks, that with the rain, with frost, with wind, going to break down into small pieces. And you will have eventually some cracks, and probably one seed that's going to fall into the crack, and the plant going to make its way through this crack. Going to grow, going to get flowers, going to die, and you will have these small pieces of what's left, okay? Some small litter pieces, some organic that's going to stay. That's going to mix with the minerals, and there is the soil. So actually this picture, you can see it as a flower on a rock, but actually you're just attending right now live the birth of a soil. So you will have baby soil, like this one, or something that you're going to find next to glaciers. You're going to have teenager soils, the ones that are very annoying, that's what we're going to find around our temperate climate. And you're going to have like adult soil or grandpa soils, or grandma soils, I don't know what you say, that will be millions years old, and that you will find more in tropical zones. So what are soils for us? That's where we stand. That's basically where we have our feet on. In a lot of civilization, people were worshipping soils, earth, because they were saying, okay, that's where we are coming from. That's the dirt we are made of. And actually, this is still holding true right now. Most of the things that we eat, actually more or less everything we eat, directly or indirectly, are coming from soils. The plants are taking carbon from the air, and all the nutrients and all the water that they need to grow, they take it from below, from the soil. They're going to throw their roots and explore the space just below. As you see, sometimes the food we eat is actually directly in the soil, and you can see on this picture how different the soil can be, okay, from where the food is coming from. And the plants, the space they know, what we see from our perspective is what they know from the world above, okay? This is what you see from this little pine tree, just a few centimeters. It just knows only very few centimeters around on the above part. But the below part, he knows a lot. He already explored a gigantic volume of soil and try to find the best place where the water, where the nutrients going to be. I'm going to try to get it out of it. The roots, where they go, how far they go, why do they stay, how long they stay after the death of the plants, how they somehow find what they are looking for, this is still quite unknown, and that's something we are working on. Not only the roots are living in the soil. You have a lot of microbes. In 1 gram of soil, so it would be something like this, you have about 1 billion bacteria, 1 million fungi. This is a picture of a fungus that is colored with a special chemical. And you see that exactly like these roots try to extend in the space and try to find the right place where you're going to find the food to sustain. And this is a bit how it works in the soil. This is a kind of space to colonize. So you can look at it from a geographical point of view as a space where you need to go. I just said there's 1 billion bacteria in the soil in 1 gram, but actually this, when you look at the space where they occupy only less than 1% of the volume. So you can see actually the soil as a desert with a couple of oases. That's where the people that are living in the soil are going to try to find their food. So today, soil are under threat. Acidification, salinization, loss of fertility, erosions. All this is basically making us more and more aware about the fact that soil is a resource that we need to take care of. But soil are not one. Soil are really diverse. These all pictures are from soil from Switzerland, just in a couple of kilometers around next to Geneva. They are all very different characteristics, different features. And if you want to protect them, if you want to understand how they work, we need to understand them. We need to understand the nature, and while understanding the nature, probably we can try also to take advantage of their beauty. Thank you.
Thank you, Samuel. That was indeed very, very beautiful, and I have a very practical question. How do they take a picture of a tree's roots?
How to do this?
Yes.
Well, you cheat, of course. Huh? So what you do is that you make you take a pot, but you make a pot like it's so deep, like a couple of centimeters, but not very, very, so not large at all, a couple of centimeters. So all the roots have no choice; they have to grow in 2 dimensions. So we do that. There's that in my office if you want to see. I'm doing that.
Okay. Thank you. So this is obviously a very, very important topic, and it's a very good place to finish our session. Thank you again, Samuel.